To be or not to be, that is the question.
To be or not.
No, to be or not. It's a choice. Or not to be, that is the question.
Look, to be or not to be, that is the question.
So to be or not to,
To be or not.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like 2 a.m. right now. Hamlet, oh Hamlet, one of the greatest Shakespearean tragedies of all time, and the greatest tragedy for my A-level English grades.
Thanks, coronavirus.
A story about human fragility and the beauty of the mind, Hamlet is stuck in a never-ending moral dilemma, and the play revolves around whether Hamlet is good or evil, or even both. And as a result, Hamlet has sparked an incredible amount of academic and intellectual debate from people a lot smarter than I am. Except Freud. But that aside, I soon realized from my English mock grades that my brain is still not muscular enough to lift the weight that is Hamlet's pure intellect. I realized I needed to interpret Hamlet in my own way. So to celebrate Shakespeare's birthday, I've done what he does best. Adaptation. Or borderline plagiarism. If you didn't know, many of Shakespeare's plays were taken from the plots of pre-existing plays. Hamlet was based on the tale of Hamlet by Germanicus, and Othello was based on Cinthio's The Moorish Captain. And, well, of course, you've got to give him the credit that he can somehow make each of them a masterpiece. But anyhow, I've decided to create my own little tribute to Hamlet for my share of Shakespeare by interpreting the ultimate puzzle that is Hamlet's revenge into the form of a coded game using my incredibly limited high school freshman year introduction to programming skills. Thanks, Dr. Garcia. Now, if I just pull up processing here, this is pretty much the dilemma of Hamlet's revenge as I see it. So no matter what happens in the play, eventually divine right, natural order, something will eventually go wrong and there can never be a rightful king. So what exactly happens when Hamlet takes his revenge? So if I just quickly type that in, and I scroll down to this whole bunch of math stuff down here, I've created my dream game visualization of Hamlet's journey. And there we go. Oh, whoops, of course. I forgot the most important thing of them all. There we go. A suiting game needs a suiting tone. Alright, now we run it. And there we go. So this is my visual representation of Hamlet's revenge and his journey to set it right. Alright, so we begin playing this game with a click. And now we're playing Hamlet. And throughout the whole play, the objective of this game is to just keep on dodging Claudius, who's moving in the form of a 2002 DVD screensaver. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole game. But no, that's what you thought. It's incredibly symbolic. Hamlet's journey of innocence against this white background that symbolizes his Christian faith, having studied in the same university as Martin Luther. His fate is to be bound by my mouse cursor, being not an agent, but a tool of his revenge. Controlled. And the fact that, we've been dodging Claudius for the past minute of this narration, without getting a victory screen or anything happening at all, completely and intentionally symbolizes Hamlet's inaction and the fact that there is no one single noblest solution to save Denmark. And finally, when Hamlet does take revenge on Claudius, bam, tragedy. And that's about it. Press any key to try again. And just like that, we're stuck in an unending hell that is looking at DeviantArt Hamlet fight it out with Blu-ray screensaver Claudius, an experience that on the surface looks incredibly boring, but is in some niche way oddly interesting. A paradox that pretty much describes how I felt when reading Hamlet for my English class. Anyway, that's about it for my project on Share Your Shakespeare. Hopefully you've enjoyed the ramblings of an English student, and maybe this can convince you to give Hamlet a go if you haven't read it already. And let me know if you want purchasing rights for my Hamlet video game. Thanks.